This film contains adult language. There are 17 swear words carefully placed throughout. Kids, can you find them?
Hey there, guys and gals. You're listening to the Tempest Universe. This is the Tempest Universe.
Okay, I'm your host, Manny. I didn't think I was going to make it on time today. For those of you who listen live, it is at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday and Wednesday. That's when we're live. And I've been working on the Tinfoil Hat contest number 3, which will begin in 2 hours' time. You can start going in. Like, you guys on the West Coast, you guys are going to get it. Like, if you've been going out and getting all your tinfoil together to make yourself the most awesomest, the craziest, mind control resisting hat, you're going to be up first. You're up to bat. But it's okay, because everyone has until the 31st of March to enter their most amazing tinfoil hat. That's just the way it is. As a matter of fact, you can actually start going in to vote. Though I feel like we need to let people warm up to this, because, the central part of the country was in Polargate. And because of that, all the tinfoil was being used to stay warm. Or to make boats, or freaking skis. So there's a lack of tinfoil in the middle part of the country because of Polargate. So you guys, please give them time to get that stuff up there. Like, I want to see LED lights. I want to see sound effects. I think you can even put a video. I'm not really sure about that. I have to go back and check, but I think you can. I think it's pictures and video. And then you guys can share your dealio also, if you want to get more votes. People to go in and just vote on it. Today I was looking for the last contest, right? The contest for Avi Loeb's book. Because we have an intrepid individual in India who won one of the books, right? So I'm just racking my brain. How am I going to get this book over there? But I said I'm going to get it over there, and it looks like I'll be able to. But, wow, does it take a long time. It takes a long time to get to India, but we're going to get this done. You might have to wait like a freaking month in order to get it, but for fuck's sake, it'll be there. It's been a crazy week. I don't know about you guys. It's just nutty all over. There seems to be like an endless amount of work being dumped on everyone. Last minute things and things that had to be due like 4 days ago. I hope you guys know that Friday is only like 2 days away and we can be done with this shit until next week. But in the meantime, we got some stories to talk about. I'm just kind of disappointed in a few things, especially NASA, but you guys already know that. Some of you share my disappointment with the organization and the lack of ingenuity, if you will. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to make my point with 2 articles that I have here. And then we're going to talk about Bigfoot, for fuck's sake. Bigfoot, $2 million bounty on Bigfoot. You guys who wear a size 14 and up, you're fucked. Serious, you are. I'm just saying. And then we're going to visit Planet X again, or not. To be or not to be, that is the question, Planet X Nibiru. We'll figure out what the hell's going on there. There was one more thing here that I needed to say. Oh yeah, kaboom! SN10, the craziest freaking hop I've ever seen. First of all, the damn thing got called off at 0.1 seconds. The actual Starship shut the shit down. Oh no. Apparently one of the Raptor engines was just a little too happy to do the hop today, So it shut down. And then, everybody's going crazy now. They're like, what the hell? What the hell's going on? Are we going? Then SpaceX says, yeah, we're going to reset this puppy. We're going to get it going. We're not fucking around anymore. Roman candles all the way. Well, the thing took off. Again, majestic. Takes off. Does the belly flop. Like this humongous thing is just gliding through the air. It just coming down on Boca Chica to bring all hell onto it. And then it sticks to landing. Like it literally did not disassemble upon landing. But it didn't land on its landing gear because apparently either half the landing gear came out or none at all. So the shit was crooked. Sitting there all crooked. Basically landed on its body, the bottom half. And it sat there. And then there was fire. Fire and smoke, and they think that it started to leak methane. Kind of like those microbial life on Mars. It's leaking methane everywhere, almost like bugs. That's what he does. And, they got the automated stuff. They're pretty high tech. Shit starts shooting fire suppressant at it. Then it stops. And then the fucking thing blew up. Well, listen, we could be proud to say at least it stuck the landing. A hard, what they call a soft landing. I would say that's a hard fucking landing. Because it did blow up, but it was in one piece. I'm happy about that. That's a win for somebody, for fuck's sake. Somebody's going to get home, and it's going to be a red panty night for somebody at SpaceX. I'm just telling you. That's the way it's going to go down. I'm serious. We're going to head and get this started. By the way, if you are interested in entering the Tinfoil Hat contest, for the rest of the month, the links will be in the description. There's also a link to the gallery if you just want to go in and check it out. Why not?
Strange
It turns out that, so this week, right, let me just backtrack a little bit, because we were supposed to have the flat earther dude here. And, in his pictures, he looks like a really happy guy, but apparently flat earthers are really formal. They're not blue collar like you and I. They have formalities, like you fucking have to formally invite them on and shit and go on their calendar. Like, who the fuck does that? Go on a calendar and find shit. Time segments or some stupid form of stuff like that. I mean, that's a lot for someone that lives on the back of a turtle. I'm just saying. Like, we blue collar folks. It's like, yeah, show up on my porch. I'll interview you. I mean, it's just the way it should be. Call me up. Okay, you're on. No, we got formalities when it comes to the flat earth. Really? Oh, shit. Anyway, all jokes aside, apparently that's what I got to do. So there you go. The other thing is that for some reason, Facebook page, freaking app, or whatever the hell it is, that's supposed to let you know when somebody sends you a message, it's supposed to tell you. But apparently, I've missed messages from movie producers, book writers, and the documentary people, because the damn Facebook app is not sending me the message. So these guys all wanted to come on here over since last August. For fuck's sake. Since last August, I've been getting messages for these folks that wanted to come on and kind of present their deal. So there you go. I might make it a project, maybe mid-month, to reach out to them and see what the hell they're rubber dicking about, and see if I can get them on. Before we get into this first article, I want to say what's up to the guys that are on live. The Norminator, the Dreonator, the Puckyster. I see I saw somebody else, the Greenmanator. I didn't even know what the hell I just said. Also, last but not least of all, the Game Vet. I can't really do anything. Game Vitowski? Yeah. The Game Vitowski's on. There you go. Let's get into this first story regarding Planet X9. For you guys who have been waiting for the second coming of Nibiru, for you guys who've been waiting for Planet X, Planet 9, whatever it is, I gotta admit, I really was waiting for it. Not because it's tied to some kind of, end of days story. Not because it is the cataclysm, the end of all life on the planet. Because I thought it'd be cool that we had another fucking planet. We lost Pluto. When you lose something, you kind of want to replace it. And I thought Planet 9 or X or, whatever the hell they were going to call it. I thought that was it. That was going to be my Pluto replacement. But according to another study, I don't know, these guys just sit around just trying to screw each other over, I think. I think that's science. That's what science is really about, just trying to take each other out. Making each other's publications look like shit. As you guys know, a few years ago, we had this story, actually a couple years ago, about these astronomers, right? They were all damn excited, right? These trans-Neptunian objects. They're being impacted by gravity that can only come from one thing. And one thing only. Planet 9. Somewhere in the outer reaches of our solar system, there was another planet. Not any planet. It was a big-ass planet. It was a big mama of planets. And it was so big. How big was it, Manny? Thanks, Bugs. It was so big, it was impacting trans-Neptunian objects. These are objects that are hanging around Neptune out there, towards the very end back there. And they were saying their path is not the same as everything else in our solar system, so something's got to be screwing around with them. So these guys were really sure about it. They were like 100% positive. So positive that they gave this estimate that there is no damn way that this is not another planet that's doing this. They said this, that what was happening would be impossible without it being from a gravitational source, like another planet of significant size. And for it not to be another planet doing this, the probability is only 0.02%. I want you to take that number in for a second, because that means that they're saying there was a 99.98 chance that there was a planet 9 or X sitting out there at the farthest edge of our solar system. That's pretty fucking sure. That's pretty sure, isn't it? The biggest problem with such a planet being so far away is that you can't see the damn thing, because the sun's light is just not that strong. Sadly enough, we got a sucky sun. It's got no power. Of course, the other theory was that we had a primordial black hole. That was pretty cool too. See, I'm down for a black hole in our solar system, right? Why not? It's probably the only way to get rid of the Asgardians. But no. There's a new study, because these guys didn't like the first study. And they spent 2 years trying to figure a way to shoot it down. This study says that these trans-Neptunian objects, there's about a 24% chance that what they're doing is normal. That it's consistent with them sitting in a 8-planet solar system. As a matter of fact, they say that it is very possible, depending on how they look at the data, that it might even be as high as 94% possible that there is no Planet 9. According to them, these guys that did the original study in 2019 were not taking into consideration all of these trans-Neptunian objects, so their numbers were 4.2 far fucked. They were not what they needed to be, so their math sucked. And so now they're here to right the wrong, with or without the jelly. You know, it's crazy how they go to war like this over numbers, over data from, something millions of miles away. I mean, why don't you guys focus on getting your asses out there and counting up them fucking bitches and figuring out what the hell is really going on? Spend that kind of time. It just is the part about science that drives me crazy, right? Because, I can understand if you're talking about shit that may be in the Atlantic Ocean somewhere, and you have the possibility of going out there and counting transatlantic objects. New term, right here, Tempest Universe. But you guys are talking about shit beyond Neptune. You can't even see this. You're fighting over fucking numbers that no one gives two fucks about. I think I'm more happier with the guys that want to take these radio telescopes and go looky-loo in our solar system and try to track the damn thing down. Like it's going down over in Chile. Then the guys that just bounce these numbers around like they know something. It's just crazy. It's like two gangs of nerds just trying to see who has the craziest looking glasses and pocket protectors. Get out there and do something. Do something. So I don't know. It's up to you guys. Tell me. Do you guys think that there could be another planet on the outside, the furthest reaches of our own solar system? Could there be something else out there? I don't see why not, to be honest. There's got to be something out there. We just can't see the shit, and we just haven't figured out a way to do it. But for fuck's sake, these guys should get off the math, stop writing these ridiculous papers and really prove it. Find a way to identify these things using technology instead of your Texas Instrument, which is like so 1970. Some of them probably use an abacus, so I'm not really sure. It's very possible. But there you go. You know, math is great, but for fuck's sake, sometimes you gotta just take it too far. You really do. Let's get out there and do something. Put on a suit. Anyway, I can see someone writing like a bunch of negative comments right now. Yeah, that's just the way it is. What can you do? What can you do? There's more to this article linked in the description if you want to read it. It's probably like a one-shitter article, so you'll be able to knock it out in no time. If you're at a break at work because there's a bunch of people sneezing and coughing in your work area thanks to the lifting of many of these coronavirus rules, go hide in the toilet. And this is a good single sit-down article. You'll enjoy it, I promise you. And for those of you who live in Texas, I got this one for you.
Forget what you said. I'm the one that you want. Was it all in my head? Don't give up on me, babe. No, I fell in too deep. Hope that you see it's all or nothing. In the morning
We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
I can tell the Asgardians don't really appreciate that song in the live chat. However, I actually picked that song as a kind of like a recovery thing after the polar vortex, just shitting all over Texas, thanks to them not putting jackets on the windmills. I mean, shit like that happens, man. It's like no one expected in 2019 that we would have a coronavirus or Shittergate. And nobody expected in 2021 that it'd be cold as fuck, down in the freaking southern part of Texas and snowing like crazy. Like, who makes this stuff up? Who did this? Like, who the hell did we piss off in the universe, in this Tempest universe, for all this crazy shit to be happening? A few weeks ago, we talked about this guy, Justin Humphreys. I think he's a Republican from Oklahoma City. He had this great idea to bring tourism back to Oklahoma. He's like, yo, I want you guys to vote on giving people a license to hunt down Bigfoot. And I'm going to try to get me like 25 ducats. I'm sorry, 25,000 ducats. So that, I can pay someone to rope up Bigfoot, bring him in. I'll give him 25 G's. 25 big ones. That was his plan, right? So, he put this through for a vote. And needless to say, his vote got shitted on. Yeah, basically it didn't pass. Not one bit. And even the folks over there, the wildlife people, whatever the fuckers over there who run that shit, who give out the hunting license, they're like, no. As far as we're concerned, Bigfoot's not even a real animal. We can't give you a license for that. That's what they said. I'm not quoting verbatim because I don't really have a verbatim quote to give you, but that's the deal. All of a sudden, Mr. Humphreys found himself a loophole, if you will. Yeah, he found a loophole. Apparently, he doesn't have to have a license, handed out for people to go a buck wild over a good old Bigfoot. Because he's really interested in the money anyway, right? He wants to bring tourism. And, it's kind of a good idea. Not that many people were really into, 25 G's to sit around for 40 years trying to find fucking Bigfoot, really? I mean, he's a hide-and-seek champion of the world. How the hell are we going to find him? Well, here's the deal. It turns out that he really doesn't have to go to the wildlife people to get a hunting license, because really that's not what he wanted. He just wanted people to capture the fucker. So apparently the state's tourism department can issue a tracking permit. Yeah. And it actually fits better to his idea, because a tracking permit is not to kill or injure Bigfoot if you ever happen to come across him. So it turns out he initially wanted to put a $25,000 bounty for someone to capture Bigfoot, but there's an upcoming film from Hollywood about Bigfoot. I think it's called Bigfoot Does Oklahoma. That film company is going to pledge $2 million, and another business is promising an additional $100,000 in order to fund the tracking permit, the bounty, if you will, for that tracking permit to capture Bigfoot. The number one rule is that Sasquatch must be captured unharmed, and you can't injure anyone in the process or break any laws. What's the fun in that? Literally. Like, if you're going to track down Bigfoot, you should be able to break every damn hunting and tracking law there is, because the dude is like 10 foot tall. He's built like the Hulk. You've got to break some rules. Someone's bound to get hurt. Especially for $2 million. The first person I see with a size 15 or greater foot, I'm putting a damn suit on them. And I'm going to use that glue. You know, that one glue you cannot get off your skin at all. Like crazy glue or something like that. Just throw it on there. Gorilla glue. Just glue that shit onto his skin. Maybe put him to sleep or something and track him. Of course, I'll track him to a place where I left him, but still. That's $2 million. I'd share it with them. They're probably going to need about $500,000 anyway to get the damn gorilla, the Bigfoot suit off of them after that gorilla glue. But fuck, who cares? Someone will sacrifice themselves for that, I'm pretty sure. I guarantee you. Maybe some of the Asgardians would do it. I think Dre would. Though he's probably already, he almost looks like he already has a Bigfoot suit on. Just like a small one. Like a tiny Bigfoot kind of thing. So he says the ultimate goal, of course, is to draw tourism, providing safe and affordable fun. I don't know. I don't have fun for no $2 million, man. I'm all about the business. I'm going to find me a damn Bigfoot in Oklahoma. So those guys at the Wildlife Center, they can go kiss ass now. I bet you some of those fuckers are going to be trying to track Bigfoot themselves, to be honest. I don't really know. I think we did talk about how many sightings there were of Bigfoot in the area, and there also the east side of the state apparently has a really big Bigfoot tourism thing going on over there with a couple of conferences, people, you know, sharing Bigfoot stories and all that collectible stuff. I don't know. I'm sure there's more to come to this. And you know, there's just no way. You mix alcohol, you're bound to have people getting hurt. I can just see the stories. I can just see the stories of all the people just going crazy trying to get those $2 million because it was put up by the state of Oklahoma. Hold on a second. Apparently, Bug's friends are barking out there. Yeah, so that's the story. There's more to it. Check it out. This is also another one-shitter article. So save this for tomorrow for one of your breaks. On Friday, when you've got no work to do, but you're tired of pretending like you have work, take this article, click on the description. It's a one-shitter read. Have fun with it. Maybe you can find the right way to track down Bigfoot for $2 million. I mean, Oklahoma is only a few hours away, man. I'm willing to go out there and track me a Bigfoot or two. With my Gorilla Glue, of course.
I met you on a sunny day. Right there you took my breath away. Young and pretty, was it just a dream? The next day you called me up. You told me I'm your little buttercup. You came over and you fell into my arms. Well, I know what I feel. Please tell me your love is real. You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down or when I am blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. Hopeless lover. I woke up all soaked in sweat, weird chills running down my neck. I'm going crazy from just the thought of you. A long blonde hair and your beautiful smile. Your sense of humor makes it all worthwhile. Don't make me wait, it's not a funny game. You know just what I feel. Please tell me your love is real. You make me smile when I think of you. If I am down or when I am blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine.
I need to catch up with the Norm to find out what's the deal with his latest project. There goes Bugs again. Regarding Deuce Bigelow, the Space Gigolo, because that guy is just fascinating. I'm gonna be honest with you. He really is. He's I want to say eccentric, but I think he's more than that. He's like eccentric on a different level, and he knows so much and tells us so little. Also on the Discord for the Tempest Universe, the Dark Horde, that's linked in the description. I'm hoping that we will also have another campfire time with Dave from Down Under. Because that last one was just hilarious. I was laughing for a couple days there. It's just crazy. It's got some great stories. And I think we might try doing some of that CE5 craziness and, just meditate. The funny thing is that we do this in a room we've labeled the Drunken Green Room. So that is a requirement. You have to go in there either stoned or drunk before you start CE5. I wonder if that enhances it. Could you imagine if that's really the secret? That you do CE5 like shit-faced drunk or completely high? I mean, what aliens do you get then? That is what we need to do. So get into the description, get on the Discord, and wait for the announcement, man. Just get in there. And we will CE5 with the best margaritas, the best rum, and whatever kind of alcohol you can think of. And for those of you who do the herb, that's you can bring it too. Discord, it's kind of like a Zoom or Skype, so it has video and audio. So just be careful. Just be careful what you share, because they will be looking. Good old Perseverance has landed. It's sending us some great pictures. Recently, one of the pictures was an instrument to read the, wind speed, right, on Mars or something like that, which is probably something they have to do before the, Perseverance gives birth to Ingenuity. Out of his belly is going to launch the little robot, the little chopper, and see if it does what it does, or it does not. And again, initially they said it probably will do anything. But, they kind of lie like that sometimes. It's better for them to underpromise and overdeliver. The shit probably is going to fly to the damn North Pole of Mars. But since they set us up saying it's a piece of shit craft, it's probably going to crash in the first few minutes. Then we'll be like, oh, they tried. They all bless their hearts. They tried so much. But if the shit flies into the next crater, there's like, oh shit, fucking NASA rocks. So I get it. That's what everyone should do. Underpromise, overdeliver. Forget about, being an overachiever, for fuck's sake. It's just a waste of time. Anyway, so Perseverance is up there. Great pictures. Great panorama. I mean, for fuck's sake, they finally got a rover with camera images that actually matter. Like, we really spent several $1 billion on getting a camera upgrade from a Galaxy S1 up to a Galaxy S9. Finally, it took, $3 billion, $4 billion, $10 billion just to get that freaking cell phone attached to that thing. But the pictures are nice. They're really nice. I like them. They're cute. One of the folks over at NASA, in regard to Mars and the possibility that Perseverance would actually locate signs of life on Mars, because for fuck's sake, we're not looking for shit now. Signs of 3.8 billion year old life on Mars. It's strange. Like, some of these people don't give two fucks about 3 generations back in their own family, but they're going to send billions of dollars of machinery to look 3.5 billion years back. How do you explain that? That just makes no sense to me. Anyway, so whether they're talking about, possibility, we find ancient as old life on Mars, at least the remnants of it. Maybe like fossilized bacteria or some turd or something, I don't know. But they quoted this regarding the possibility of what could happen on Mars, and it's a quote from Carl Sagan. The quote goes, "If we see a hedgehog staring in the camera, we would know there's current and certainly ancient life on Mars. But based on our past experiences, such an event is extremely unlikely. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and the discovery that life existed elsewhere in the universe would certainly be extraordinary." No shit, Sherlock. But you've got a quote here from eons ago. The space and exploration that Carl Sagan knew compared to today, it's not even comparable. It really isn't. What we know today compared to what Carl Sagan knew. Really. I think he would be shocked and awed. He'd probably rewrite the whole fucking sentence, everything's ever written. Taking a lot of the useless shit back. Jezero crater, according to Mars. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep saying Jezero. I am so naughty. Jezero. Oh, Jezero. Ah, fuck, who cares? Jezero crater was apparently full of water 3.5 billion years ago. As a matter of fact, they say, for fuck's sake, there's actually water flowing into it 3.5 billion years ago, but it flowed. It floated it right in it. So, according to them, there's a bunch of sediment that probably built up there over time, and so they have this formation like a river delta, which has rich in clays. It is like the smorgasbord of where life would be chilling at and dried up for all of you people who want to spend so much damn money to get there and find it out. The crater is about 28 miles wide. And so they feel that there's going to be biosignatures. There's going to be all kind of fossilized nonsense there for this rover, which by their estimates, and I know NASA likes to bring out the trumpets and shit, but by their estimates, even Perseverance lacks the equipment to fully analyze biosignatures, and that's why they came up with this shitty ass plan to have it put samples into tubes so that one day they can figure out how the fuck to bring it back. Isn't that special? Because you would think that if you're going to send something to bring it back, why not get first samples? Freaking samples are going to be sitting on this rover for how long? For fuck's sake. I don't get it. Anyway, so Ken Williford, he's a deputy project scientist for the Perseverance mission. He says that they expect that the best places to look for these biosignatures would be Jezero in that lake bed, and they expect that a lot of the encrusted carbonate minerals would be perfect, kind of like in freaking Jurassic Park, right? When they found the fucking bug, you just freaking encapsulate it, and they just drilled into the freaking sample there and pulled the DNA out of it. Was it a bug or was it like a frog? I don't know. A fucking lizard. Who knows? Anyway, so they feel that in the carbonate there's going to be life that's preserved in it, and just like it happens on Earth. And so that's where they're going to search, because we really give two fucks about stuff that's 3.8 million years old. See? Even Bug says so. But my thing is, and I've said this before, there is so many other signs of places on Mars where in the last few years NASA could have course corrected and built a rover that could go to these places. Do some real fucking digging. Because we have confirmed things. Things like ice. We've confirmed, the methane, the cyclical icing over in the poles, But we still go to these dry-ass fucking lake beds looking for old shit. It makes no sense. A lot of people don't believe me because a lot of people don't follow the stories about Mars. So I decided, here's a story about Perseverance, what we're doing, what we're hoping to get. But I've got an article back from 2020, the year of COVID, where just maybe, I would say it's about 5-6 months ago, the Europeans found something fascinating. What should I say? They reported something fascinating, but the real discovery happened about 3 years before that. Plenty of time for Mars for NASA to course correct and give us a freaking mission worth waiting for. We'll get into that article. It's the last article for today, and so that we can really see that it just makes this Mars thing just makes no sense at all. And I think Corey Goode should be the one to run NASA from now on. Here's the article that was published September 28th of the year of COVID. I don't even think we should say 2020 anymore. We should just say the year of COVID, because how could you ever forget? Water on Mars. Discovery of 3 buried lakes intrigues scientists. This is not a 3.8 billion euro dry ass fucking lake bed. No. These are buried lakes. Yeah, they're fucking buried, okay. But the damn things, they're all drill. Anyway, yeah, they're buried. I get it. But they're lakes. They were found. These are big ass area of lakes too. Like you guys in Germany, these lakes on Mars are almost a fifth of the size of Germany. That's a lot of fucking beer you could hide under there. Are you serious? 2 years ago, planetary scientists reported on the discovery of these large saltwater lakes under the ice at Mars's South Pole. And people were excited about it, except for the fuckers at Mars. I'm sorry, not Mars. NASA. Some were skeptical. That's where all the NASA crew was. But they've confirmed not only that that first one that they talked about 2 years ago was actually a underwater saltwater lake, but they found 3 fucking more. This was reported September 28th, the year of COVID, in the Nature Astronomy 1. The European Space Agency's Mars orbiting spacecraft, also known as Mars Express, made the discovery. Now, this wasn't just a discovery that was just made in 2018. It wasn't just made the year of COVID. No. But it was confirmed because the damn thing made 29 observations between 2012 and 2015. Was there enough time for Mars, I keep saying fucking Mars, for NASA to kind of take that into consideration when planning a rover mission to a dry-ass lake bed? Even at that time, a lot of people said they needed some more information. We're not just going to send $3.5 trillion machine to a spot that's wet. Okay. Understandable, but you could put floaties on the fucking thing. I don't know. It just has to have a big drill, like a genetic hammer on it. Anyway. But they continued to do more observations, and altogether, the study of these lakes, the size of a fifth of Germany, 134 observations altogether from 2012 to 2019. Now again, how the fuck they figured out that these, every story just fucking kills me. Now how the hell do they know that these underground lakes, these massive lakes on Mars, are all made out of ice, or salty brine or whatever? How the fuck you know that? I don't know. But they do. That's what they think it is. Salty, briny water in these massive lakes in Mars. But still, we are going to send our nice-looking SUV. It looks like Johnny 5. We're going to send this fucker to a dry lake bed because that's where all the action's at. One of the authors of this paper, Elena Pitinelli, at the University of Rome, probably works for the Vatican, I'm sure, said we identified the same body of water, but we also found 3 other bodies of water around the main one, because they hang around together. And it says it's a complex system. What does she mean by that? I don't know. 75,000 square kilometers of water. Who in the fucking hell would just sidestep that and be like, I'm going to go sift through dirt. The problem that scientists are having is that they're associating with this discovery the word saltwater. And so they're afraid that they're going to go there and it's just fucking saltwater, just salty water. Are you telling me that there's no microbial life in salty water? Who the fuck does that? Who makes that assumption? Anyway, John Priscu, who I don't know if that's the way you say his name. Just work with me. He's an environmental scientist at Montana State University. Yeah, State University. He says that salt content that is about 5 times that of seawater can support life. But if it reaches 20 times that of seawater, life is fucked. That's what he says. Where does he get that from? I don't know. The quote from him is that there's not much active life in these briny pools in Antarctica. So they're just pretty much pickled. And that might be the case on Mars, but you don't fucking know. You can go in Antarctica, and then his quote is, there's not much life. Any sign of life in salty ass water on a different planet is a discovery, for fuck's sake. I don't understand why this is not a target area for these drilling drones or robots. Why is that? Why is this not an issue? It's just really strange to me how they pick these places. You know, I don't understand why you're gonna look and sift through old ass dirt. It just makes no sense to me. It might make sense to somebody out there, I guess. There's got to be somebody out there on the Mars 3.5 billion year old rock challenge that likes collecting old ass rocks. I don't know, but that's the difference. So we have the EU, the European Space Agency, who has for a significant amount of time, almost 9 years, has been reporting on this discovery of briny water, gigantic lakes in the South Pole of Mars, and we're still playing in the sandbox. Who knows? I don't know what it all means, but for fuck's sake, somebody make sense. Like, I'd rather just spend all the fucking money just blowing up rockets like Elon Musk does. I mean, that's a lot more fun, right? I love it. This is the end of the podcast. Don't forget to get your tinfoil hat ready. I think that Bugs might be putting his own entry in. Why not? Chat with you guys next week. Tempest Universe will be back again. Ciao.
I'm sturdy like a milli rocket. Skin clear, still look young, Andy Miller knockers. Money in my pocket. Don't call me a money pocket. Engine get to rocket. It sound like a thunder rocket. Yeah, I still love my baby even when it's toxic. Crazy like she Britney, but no, she don't shade the knock. Russell Wilson way I get low and stay in the pocket. I get paid and do my dance like a touchdown. Yeah, I can't do no time, don't leave that gun around. In my teens, we were acting up and running around. Now we're grown, still get to it if it's necessary. On the ground from January to January. Never met nobody who retired when they were young. So I guess I gotta get it to the cemetery. Getting paid just for rapping is fun. I lit up around a month in every February. Told him side, no electric. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told him slide, no electric. Yeah. It's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777.
Couple of money in my head just to say they did it. Can't lie, I'm so paranoid and the windows tinted. I own everything around me, you can say it's rented. Not talking phone numbers when I'm talking 7 digits. Earn it by the day, every second minute. Used to pay me none, look, now they pay attention. Everybody say they drip, but I banded it. See them copy all the looks, but I stay switching. Pick up the loot, then hit the bank. Can never change, still wrote the chain. Captain say the pay, this ain't the day. They made me wait, I'm breaking chains. Told me feeling bubbly off the rose. Took a minute, but I got it out the slow way. Friends turn to foes, haters tell them go away. Rappers making shiggy dance like a soul train. Told them slide, no electric. It's getting hectic. 777. 777. Yeah. Told them slide, no electric. Yeah. It's getting hectic. 777. Yeah. 777.